you is if I could promise in the next 5 minutes that 51 people other than you would experience brilliance, potential brilliance. Would you want to hear more? Okay, good, because it was going to be a short speech. I said no. A couple of months ago, I had the privilege of working with some emerging leaders, and we played with this concept. The manner in which I conduct myself has an impact on how people feel about themselves. And one of the things we did with this group of emerging leaders is we did a number of listening exercises where we split the group between listeners and storytellers. And we took the listeners outside and we gave them a series of instructions. And in one case, the listeners had to show up to that conversation giving 50% of their attention away. And one young leader said to me, well, that's 40% more than I typically give. So. But 50% is pretty typical of what we might give to the people around us on a day-to-day. So it wasn't this big acting thing. And another group we said, now remember, these aren't coaches or trainers or even experienced leaders. These were emerging leaders. And we asked those people to show up to their group however they knew how, by coming as close to 100% showing up as they could. However they needed to reduce the noise internally and externally, how did they just show up? So 100% and 50. We then asked the storytellers after their story to kind of drop a temperature gauge down inside them and think about the atmosphere inside them of how they felt. And we then put some flip charts out and asked them to complete the sentence, I am. So we made them have them mean something about themselves. The people who got listened to at 50%, this is what their flip chart sounded like. I am unimportant. I am confusing. I'm confused. I'm not valued. I am not heard. I'm not capable. The other flip chart are the people who had their peers, not their managers or their leaders, just their peers show up for them at 100% or close to it. This is what their flip chart sounded like. I am creative. I am heard. I am capable. I am innovative. Same room, same people. Just a difference in how you showed up. The manner in which we conduct ourselves at work, at home, at play, has an impact on how others feel about themselves. And so I ask you how I ask those leaders one question. When people interact with you and they walk away, what does their flip chart say? I want you to close your eyes. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to have a mental picture of the first person who pops to mind when I tell you, think of someone who has untapped potential that you know. Could be someone you know very well or someone you don't know, but I want you to picture that person. Open your eyes. And if I told you that from this day forward, if there was three small things you could do with this one person that would help brilliance emerge, would you want to hear what those three things are? Hands up. Okay, so here they are. The first is listen. Show up for that person, whatever your baseline of showing up is currently, try and amp it up and show up closer to 100. Reduce the noise, make the space, and make the time, and really hear that person, because you know there's brilliance inside them. The second one is curious. Be curious. There's a reason that this person is the person who just appeared in front of you in your eyes when you were thinking of it. Be curious past that level of social banter that we ask questions on, how is it going and what's happening. Get deeper to really good questions, because by good questions you will help that person get unstuck, you'll help them move forward, you'll help them figure out answers for themselves. It's not about you. Ask the good questions that they can figure out the answers. And the third is encouragement. Encouragement not in the rah-rah, sense in the word, but encouragement of believing in that person more than they believe in themselves. And you'll figure out what that looks like. It might be on the foreground encouraging them. It might be on the back end where you're facilitating success for them, just little introductions or little things you can do. Listening, curiosity, and encouragement. The manner in which we conduct ourselves has a tremendous impact on how the people around us feel about themselves. And when they feel a certain way about themselves, that is a positive way as a result of how we show up for them, brilliance can emerge. At home, in the workplace, and in our community.